What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I got to have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me? This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on? Hold on. I left my... I had to grab my phone. Gotta grab my phone. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I'm your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up, friends? What's up, friends? What's the word? Thunderbird. Thunderbird. That was a good show last night. Top of the morning, says Carrington. Jesse says, salute. Good morning, Beans Greens. Trill Mercy, what up, though? Your car. Bam Bam Lynch, what up, though? Will Nola, what up? Country Boy Finesse says, what up? Kay Cooper, Lakers won last night, says Deion Sardines. Pistons versus the Knicks, says Walk on Wood. My dog, Bob Brown, said, yo, chat, Keisha. AR is back. A long way, ENT. Vito Royale says, bless up, AD. My girl, Azriel, in the building. What's going on? A76 Vlogs, I see you. Kevin Studas. Keisha says, excited for the Super Bowl, but it's going to be cold as F here in NYC. Keisha, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even care about the Super Bowl. Not even a little bit. Super Bowl is not on my radar. Nope. Nope. How you get timed out, Caramel? Who timed you out? Super Bowl is not on my radar. Super Bowl commercials. Rare Room Slimmy was funny. Nope. I don't plan on watching the Super Bowl. I ain't even gonna cap. It's not even a thing to me. I plan on, I don't know, doing something else. I don't even have any plans. Probably working. Super Bowl is our Father's Day. I don't think so. I don't think so. This live is not showing up on your YouTube. I only seen it because it was on my recommended. Well, you here. And that's all that matters, bro. Good morning, Bag Chasers. In the chat, how y'all doing today? Says they call me Mr. Bibbs. What up, Mr. Bibbs? Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley 40. Maybe y'all do it. Well, nah, I can't do the Patreon live stream. I'm going to do the Patreon live stream tomorrow night. We're going to do the Patreon live stream tomorrow night. I was thinking to myself, maybe I'll do the Patreon. I don't want to interrupt y'all from y'all doing y'all Super Bowl. Kay Cooper says, AD sound tired. Do I? How can I make money from the content on the Super Bowl, Deion Sardines? That's the problem. I don't want to waste my time because, bro, listen, let me tell you why I don't like the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is not organic anymore. The Super Bowl is not organic anymore. What makes things unique is when we discover it organically. Like if you come across a commercial and it's just organically good, but the minute that they started to, because I mean, it's always been commercialized because that's the way you make your money, but it's just not like the Super Bowl is not about the game. It is. It's just purely a money grab. It's all rigged. It's a money grab, and you get commercials. It seems like every other down. Every other down is a commercial. Run a commercial. Run a commercial. It's like it's nothing cool about it no more. Jesse Xavier says, "AD, I'm still taking notes from making notes from Stock Club. There is what it's at. Put the Super Bowl in the trap. Man, that last Stock Club was hitting so hard. It was hitting so hard." Brian the filmmaker says, "AD, you just saying that because the Lions ain't make the playoffs." No, that's not true. If anybody know me, I just like my teams. I don't necessarily care about. I don't care about the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I used to love the NBA. Now I love basketball. I'm not so sure that I love the NBA. I love everything Detroit. So I'm a support. I mean, I don't care about baseball, but I'll be at the baseball games. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to always support my teams, but I'm a basketball fanatic. And that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? I love basketball. I don't care about the NBA, but the Super Bowl ain't never been that like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. The majority of the people that watch the Super Bowl is not even football fans. They there just because it's something to do, because it's like the Super Bowl is like a holiday. It's an unofficial holiday. So it don't have nothing to do with that at all. Not even a little bit. But I know the Patreon is going up. Up. Terrible People Podcast says something for the collection plate, AD. Let's get it in. Remove the dustiness and the wickedness from our hearts. We acknowledge that we struggle from Boxcilitus and we pray for wisdom. Oh, do we ever? Ooh. You know how I combat Boxcilitus? Because I've been dealing with that my whole life. You know how I combat Boxcilitus? I stay working, bro. I stay working. I don't believe, and I told Tasha K this, because Tasha K asked me a question. She said, you know, why not? Like, you know, she was asking me about different side chicks and possibility and why men, all of that stuff. And I said, Tasha, I'm going to be honest with you. I said, I don't care about these women. I don't care about these hoes. She said, why not? You know, because I forgot how she framed it. And I told her, I said, it's 8,760 hours in a year. I don't have time to be worried about no women. Why chase women when you can chase that bag? And I don't mean that you have to love money, because we look at it as a tool. But why even worry about what that got going on when we can focus on how to run up a bag? You know what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense. I'd rather spend my time counting money than I ever would spend my time laid up with a chick. You can forget that. Any dude that would rather spend his time laid up with a chick versus laid up with, you know what I'm saying, laid up with his bag, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. So I've been able to circumvent that and navigate through that in order to make sure that it didn't stop me or ruin me from doing what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? Anytime that I've messed up, as far as like whether it be a job or anything, it has something to do with something self-inflicted, or it has something to do with a layoff. The one thing I listen, I have been very blessed and very intentional. The one thing that I have never, ever, ever fumbled on is ever getting caught up with a chick messing up my bag and messing up my money. I have navigated through corporate America. I've navigated through the plants. I've navigated through retail, anything you can think of. I don't care who there. I don't care what's going on. I don't care who worked there. I don't care what's happening. I don't care what the possibilities is, how much power you have, what you can do. I have never in my life, ever in my life, fumbled a bag or put my bag on the line for a woman. Zero. Zero cost to HR. Zero cost to HR. And I used to tell dudes that was inside of these places, I used to tell them too. I said, bro, what is you doing? Oh man, you know, she hollered at me. I said, nigga, it's 4.5 billion women in this world. Why you gotta mess with the one on the job? Why you gotta mess with the one on the job? No, that's absolutely a flex. It's absolutely a flex because what you don't understand, urban landlord, is that is normalized, and there is not a facility in the United States of America. There's not a plant, there's not a warehouse, there's not a corporate environment where somebody and everybody is messing with everybody. It is absolutely a flex. Maybe you didn't know about it, maybe you're not familiar with it, but you don't understand the dynamics of power, and maybe you haven't had enough of it. It's absolutely a flex in today's culture to know that you have never missed out on an hour of pay. I ain't never called off of work for no woman. I ain't never, and see, this is how I know that y'all green. This is how I know that you're green. Because see, when I say I ain't never put my bag on the line for no woman, I'm also telling you, not necessarily just getting caught up with a woman that you're not supposed to talk to. I'm talking about making sure that you don't miss out on a bag because you're so focused on getting home to some box. I'm getting up and I'm going to work. I'm getting up and I'm going to work. You can't tell me, oh man, you should just sleep in today. Nope. You can't entice me and tell me that I'm supposed to miss out on my, nope. Never. What I'm saying is it's all encompassing. Do you understand what I'm saying? I get up and I grind. I get up and I hustle. I get up and I go fulfill my purpose. I cannot be slowed down by the possibility of box. And if it doesn't translate into trying to run up another bag, then why are you here? I have no reason in any capacity whatsoever to ever put myself in a position where I have to support myself with what I have left instead of what I could have took advantage of as far as an opportunity. That's the difference. And so I need you to open up your eyes, open up your ears to what I'm trying to communicate to you. It's not just about whether or not you could have, it's whether or not you made the right decision every single time. And I've made a lot of wrong decisions as far as, oh man, I should have been more calculated with that. Oh man, I should have been more strategic with who I should have hired as far as a contractor, all of that type of stuff. The things that I didn't know, I just didn't know. And so you can truly say that those was mistakes. But when it comes to the self-inflicted wounds that people make every single day, I don't get involved in that. Listen, I wasn't the dude. It was, man, listen, all the way up from middle school, elementary school, growing up in the hood, I never dealt with hood chicks. I never skipped school for no hoes. I never, you know what I'm saying, missed class from my first semester in college right after school to go and chill with a chick. I was like, yo, I'm paying for this education, whether it be student loans, whether it be me, my parents paying out of pocket, I got to pay for this. So I'm not going to miss it. When we got out of class in college and everybody was going to focus on the chicks, I was going to the library. I was going to make sure that, or because I worked at the library, that was my work study job. My work study job was the library. And I was thinking to myself, I'm not about to miss out on no money for these chicks. After I get off of work, they still gonna be there. They still gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So my point is that I'm gonna address the chat right here. I'll give you an example, right? Jason A Team says, didn't you say the other day that if you did skip school, it was because of women? I told a story, and maybe you wasn't here. Maybe you missed it. And I'm leapfrogging off of a story that I told y'all previously. it used to be situations where guys, they would all skip school and then we would all be sitting there chilling and they would be like, yo, man, we about to go run bustos on these chicks. And if you know what bustos is, that's basically like, yo, it's a couple chicks or it's a chick or this and this and so on and so forth. And they about to turn her out, right? They about to go and I'm going to hit it. And then I'm going to say, hey, why don't you let my homeboy get some or whatever and so on and so forth. And the chicks a lot of times will be down. But in my mind, that looked like an arrest. That sounded like a possible problem. Even in high school, that sounded like an issue. And so I would be like, you know what? I'm straight. What up? What up, OG? I'm straight. I'm good. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to put anything on the line for a woman. I am not about to put my freedom on the line for a woman. I am not about to go over here for the enticement of getting a nut off, even in high school, even in middle school. I'm not putting nothing on the line. I'm not about to miss out on my freedom, a dollar, none of that for a woman. That's what I'm saying to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Anytime that I start to my spidey senses like, you know what, this don't sound like it's gonna work out well for me, and it's a woman involved, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm straight. You remember it now? That's my point, is that people, a lot of times us men, will compromise opportunities, will compromise our freedom, will compromise what we're supposed to be taking care of in order to go and get with a hoe. And it never works out. It never, ever, 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 ever. And we all knew who they were. It never works out. It is some Detroit stuff right there. That's a fact. Y'all might have called it something different than, where y'all from, but it is what it is. So when somebody asks me a question like Tasha K, and she said, Anton, A, B, C, and D, I could definitively, I told her, you'll see it, unless she just only released it on her platform. But I looked her in her eyes and I said, look at my eyes. I'm going to tell you straight up, no, never, ever. And think about it again. Think about it. In my lifetime, from the time that I was 11 years old up to the time that I'm 43 right now, you have never, they can insinuate, they can posture, they can speculate, they can try to think pieces, and oh my God, this must be the case. But guess what you can never, ever say? There has never, since the time that I was in the womb up to the day that I'm 43 years old, you have never, ever, ever heard of a woman ever throwing smut on my name. They may say, oh, I don't care about the fact that he supported Pearl, or I don't like the fact that he talked about Black culture, or, ooh, I feel offended because he held Black women accountable. They can do all of that. They can, listen, all of that is opinion. That's opinion based. I can speculate about what I think about him. Nobody ever, not a person on this earth has, and listen, I'm ripe for it, right? At this point, it's like open season, but it's all just opinion. Nobody can definitively say anything and say, yo, he did this. Ain't no guy can ever say that I scammed them. Nobody can say that I owe him money. No woman can ever say that I did this, that, whatever in my life. And it only take, yes, you're right, DJ Ace Productions. It only take one person. It only take one. And that's the key, is you remove their ability to do anything to you because they don't have anything. That's why they call me Teflon Time, baby. Teflon Time in the building. I'm about to change my name to Teflon Time. Teflon Time. Teflon Time Don in the building. Yeah. While the mother boys is having shambles and shambles over there. Niggas is crashing out, going after the world, getting their shows canceled, fucking up the money, letting their pride take them down. And oh boy, it's going to be a fall, a glorious one. In shambles. And we over here running up the bag and taking care of business. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Shampoo in his bag over there. Shout out to Shampoo. Shout out to Shampoo. Who is Tracy White? Who is Tracy White? Let's get it started with the show. Speaking of which, I think we should get it started with. Let me see what we got on the docket today. We got Bud Crawford talking to Channing Crowder about selling his soul. We got a shooting over in Chicago. Let's start with there. Shooting over in Chicago. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard about that. And she had got shot like a bunch of times or something like that. Yeah, I did hear about that. Chase Barnes says, I did that one time a long time ago. I said never again missing work because of the box. Talk about it, bro. Talk about it. It's a shooting that happened over in Chicago that came across my feed, and some other people sent it to me. Let me share that with y'all real quick, because this is egregious, because they actually caught it on tape. What up, Tabby? What up, Tabby? What's up, baby girl? Listen, while they focus on me, I'm going to focus on the bag. Let's do that. I heard a nigga the other day say, I'm going to share this with y'all. I heard a nigga the other day say, man, if I ever get rich like Anton, this is what I would do. I think that was him. Somebody sent me a clip of him saying that, man, look at what he did look at what he did. Now he got money. He doing this and he doing that. If I ever get rich, this is what well, that's the difference. You'll never ever be in the position that I'm in. Hey man, such and such was talking about you and they made some good points. Good. I'm glad that they continuing to promote me in the algorithm. My name is going up. It's going crazy. So listen, if you ever do it, then we'll speculate at that time. Right now, I'm the person that's going to hold the crown. I'm going to be at the top of the totem pole. And I'm going to need you niggas to continue to push me and promote me. And I appreciate you. Niggas speculating on what they would do if they do get it. Nah, this is what I am doing, and this is how I got it. Niggas dreaming on being in the same position. So that's real homosexual activity, right? You know what I'm saying, OG? You know what I'm saying, OG? That's some real suspect behavior right there. It's crazy. And it's men doing it. It's men doing it. I seen a lady get mad at me the other day because I did a reaction video to her. You know the video that we did the other night? I didn't even say nothing disrespectful. Oh, CW is my guy. I talk to CW all the time. I didn't even say nothing disrespectful. But she was mad. She was mad. I can't believe he said that to me. Anton, show us her reaction. All right, we got to go down a dark path then. All right, hold on. I got to show you the video first. We'll go back to the Chicago thing in a minute. Let me see. Let me show you the video that I said, and then you can see it for yourself. Where is it at? This was her video. All right. I reacted to it. This is what happened.
I've been separated from my husband for like a year and 8 months. We don't speak at all. The last time that I talked to him was December 30th of 2025, and it is now January 30th, 2026. 30 days. And it's very reminiscent of the first 30 days of when I left him, because when I first left, I blocked him for like a month because I felt like he deserved it. I felt like he was being so disrespectful and perceiving me so improperly that I just wanted to take myself away from him. So maybe he would see what he's missing, but instead...
Perceiving her improperly. Blocked him for over a month. I want y'all to keep in mind what she's saying right now.
Bitch, this motherfucker went across the country. So whatever, that's another story. Point is, I've been separated now for a year and 8 months. And frankly, I really don't feel like getting a divorce, but I also don't feel like going back because I know what I left, and I really don't think that it would change, you know, because people's character is people's character. And once he showed it, I mean, I tried to deal with it, but it wasn't good for me. So I had to go. But anyway, what do you do? Like, how long can somebody stay separated without speaking, you know?
I'm the type of person that if you cross me, and I don't care how close you are to me, until we come back and resolve it, I can completely remove myself from the situation for pretty much forever, honestly. And he sounds very similar to me and so many other guys. Number one, I don't see any accountability in this whole situation. Every single time that I see a woman come on this app, or when they make a video and they start to put all of their information out there for the general public to consume, they always leave out the part where they participated or what they did to make him perceive her a certain way. And I ain't even got into the fact that she had blocked him for a month and that he's already dipped out and moved all the way across the country. That means he got resources, he got access, and he done completely moved on from you. It don't even mean that he necessarily got another girl, because I know that that's where a lot of people's minds go. But he's mentally checked out, and so he not checking for you. It's always another you. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. But let's go back to the accountability part before we see the rest of this video. How come it's always 100% his fault? You broke up, basically, because I don't even know what y'all mean by separation. Separation is just a precursor to divorce. That's just you trying to make sure that you are sure about the fact that you don't want to be with the person that you separated from, in my opinion. But I never hear anybody take any accountability and responsibility for the role that they played. And it doesn't mean that the other person may be completely innocent or not, because she's not saying nothing. She's not saying that he did, like that he cheated. She's not saying that he was a bad person. She's not saying that, you know, he got a bad habit, that he on coke or something, that he gambled the house away or nothing like that. This is how petty and stupid and how easily people lose the ones that are closest to them, right? Because you'll let the internet gas you up. And another red flag that I see from a lot of these women is the fact that she's talking on the internet about her relationship instead of making the phone call to the person that she's in the relationship with. She'd rather talk to you guys, to us, to me, and which I'm grateful for. I am eternally grateful for all of the women that decide that they want to put their business on the internet. I love reacting to it, and I love when y'all send me reaction videos. However, she's not being intentional. And so even if he came back, it sounds like she's the problem, because he's not putting all of his business on the internet. He's not doing anything majorly wrong. And as long as y'all don't have some major issue, right? And sometimes even major issues, a lot of times those are like a lot of the things that came from the major issue comes from something that was very, very small, right? And it led to the major issue. And so you can kind of mitigate that before you even get there to that major issue. But if it's not something major, and if y'all decide that y'all just want to go separate ways and it ain't no small kids involved in shit, go ahead and do what you got to do. But it sounds like she is a problematic person, and so she's worried about how he's perceiving her. And that's the reason why you decided that you wanted to block him for over a month, and then you wondering why you haven't talked to him for over another month, and y'all been separated for over almost 2 years, and you expecting for this dude to be checking for you and chasing you. And your remedy for this was to say, okay, well, I'm gonna show him what he missing. That's the fastest way to get your ass on the other side of the door and get your butt canceled. So I don't think that I said anything out of pocket. I didn't attack her personally. I didn't say anything about her voice being deep or any of this other type of stuff. I didn't say any of that. All I said was I spoke to what she spoke to and what she shared on the internet. She went to the internet instead of calling him and said, yo, I've been separated from this guy for more than a year and a half. I've done this. This is what he did. This is what he did. And I expected for him to call me back, and I blocked him for over a month and all of this other stuff, right? So she shares all of this information, and then you guys send it to me. I think that it's an interesting enough video for me to react to. And so I give my insight. Again, I never attacked her personally or anything like that, right? And then, of course, y'all send me a follow-up. And this is what she has to say.
Y'all see this man? It's my... Y'all see this man right here? This man's name is Anton. Anton, how's my voice sound? This guy right here is part of the problem, ladies. Okay, he has literally taken a 3-minute video of me talking about being separated from my husband.
Well, first of all, let's stop here. What do you mean, how does my voice sound? I didn't say anything about your voice. But you know what's happening? Let me tell y'all what's happening. They read comments. Who is this? They read the comments. They be reading the comments. They be feeling some type of way about the stuff that people, I'm going to be honest with y'all. A lot of times it don't even be me. A lot of times it don't even be me. It be the comments. And so because they read the comments, they feeling some type of way. I never said it, but they get mad at how other people react to what they said inside of the comments. But let's continue. Now I'm trolling. How did I troll?
And not answering the phone for him for 30 days. And he doesn't know what he's talking about. Somehow he's managed to have over 1 million followers. He's a troll. Men like this are trolls. You know why? Anton, if you want to know why I left my husband and why I blocked him for 30 days, you should just ask a bitch, because I can tell you, I was emotionally abused. That's why.
Okay, so why is the onus on me to personally reach out to you and ask you why you blocked him for 30 days when I'm just reacting to this? What you put? You said it. You said, hey, I did A, B, C, and D. Is it my responsibility to DM you and you throwing your husband under the bus by sharing his information on TikTok? Everybody else got a comment. They saying what you shouldn't do or whatever. But now I have to ask a bitch. That's what she said. I'm not calling her a B. This is what she said. I'm quoting her. Now I have to ask a bitch why you blocked your husband that you told us that you blocked for 30 days. Why I didn't say anything disrespectful. All I said was, Listen, you block a nigga for 30 days and then you sit there and say, I'm surprised he ain't called me yet. You blocked him for 30 days. Let's continue.
And it's men like you who continue to put out false narratives about women when they're in trouble. Do you think I would have left a relationship of 15 years over gambling or drugs or maybe even cheating? No, I'm thorough. I wouldn't leave because of that. I left because of my sanity. You're on your video literally saying that you know how to be the bigger person and to pull yourself out of a situation.
Facts.
So why are you letting your troll community troll me?
Why am I letting my troll community troll her? Listen. I'm using this as an example to illustrate to you guys what is wrong with the culture. I do a reaction video for information that you volunteered to the internet. You didn't put it on private, you didn't send it to your friends, you put it on the internet, right? You put it on social, you did. Not your friend didn't upload it, none of that stuff. I don't react to videos that other people put up. I react to videos that people put up themselves. And my troll community, why am I letting them have an opinion about what you said on your stuff? And I give you credit. And this is another thing that people don't like. They say that they want credit until they get credit, and then it don't necessarily go their way, and then they don't want credit no more. I always make sure that I link back to the person to give them credit so that they can get the visibility. She should be thanking me. She should genuinely be thanking me. The only reason most people even found this chick is because I had a conversation and she still ain't doing none of the stuff that I said in the video. What did I say that she should be doing in the video? I said, at no point did she ever take personal responsibility and accountability. Every single thing, even me, look. This is how I know her husband might be in trouble. You want me to tell you how I know her husband might be in trouble? Is because she's holding me accountable for what she said on the internet. Now I'm a troll. Now I got a troll community because I have an opinion, not disrespect, didn't call her out of her name, didn't say anything about her voice. She read that in the comments. Now I'm the problem. So he's the problem. I'm the problem. And it has nothing to do with you whatsoever. And I'm not saying that he's completely innocent. I don't know. I'm only going based off of the information that she shared. Imagine talking to a woman, because there's 1,000 of these type of women out in the streets, in the communities. Y'all meet them every day. They got a nice presentation layer. They, maybe have a job, all of this stuff. And you meet them, and they give you the best visible presentation, but if you peel that onion back just a couple layers, all you do is toxicity. It's toxicity.
And they're not even commenting on the video, on the topic. They're only talking about my voice. So if you feel like your commentary is adding some sort of value to this world, you are highly mistaken, my friend. It's okay though, because I have a thick skin. I've been through a lot in my life, and I know that men like you, troll Anton, make your living off of women like me. Y'all see this man right?
So, what is the point of this video? The point of this video, Jude, since you want me to show her reaction, is to say this. Occasionally, I get to observe and see, because once I do a video, it's gone, it's out into the streets. I don't have nothing else to say about it, and I keep it moving. Once I do a video, I almost forget about the only reason that I'm able even to trace back what somebody says is either y'all send me a reaction and I just happen to see it in my email, or I'll go back to the video that I made and I look in the description and then I grab the link to their profile because I always give them credit and then I can trace it back to them. But once I let a video go, it's gone. Once I let a video, the world got ADS. That's a fact. You're right, Trill. Once I do a video, it's gone. I don't give a fuck. Let me show y'all something really quickly. Just really quickly. I just want to show y'all something. Really quickly. Just really, really quickly. This is the most recent videos on the Anton Daniels channel. Woman was fired from Turning Point USA. Channing Crowder versus Bud Crawford. Jeff Bezos laying people off over at Washington Post. You got two of those because you got the reaction of it and then you got the actual thing. 600 people arrested in California because of human trafficking. A teacher saying that she can't afford to be a teacher anymore and she's going broke. $164,000 in taxpayer money used to buy a truck. Just a truck for the Baltimore mayor. We might talk about that today. Zohran Mamdani reacting to and having a conversation about the man that was shot by the police that came at the police officer with a knife. Savannah Guthrie pleading for their mother. Gen Z getting laid off and being unemployed. Nicki Minaj having a conversation about Gavin Newsom and Don Lemon. This is what I'm trying to understand about y'all, ladies. Where do y'all think that I make the majority of my videos about y'all? I talk about everything, everybody. Gen Z, older people, white people, black people, men, women, politicians, popular culture people, figures that go viral. Kidnappings, fucking child trafficking over in California. Shootings from the police over in New York, also over in Chicago. Mayors, governors. Where do y'all get this from where y'all think that I give a fuck so much about black women, or people, and you actually think that I am doing the majority of my content off of you? Bro, very rarely do I even get a video that I think is interesting enough to where I actually care enough about y'all and that I'm singling y'all out and I'm targeting women or black women to even have it, even black culture. Bro, it'd be a moment, it'd be a wave where it's kind of going viral and I'm seeing what's going on. Oh shit, they talking about black fatigue. What is going on out here? Oh man, they over there on the Carnival cruise tearing up the shit. Let me do a reaction video to this. And so you catch that wave. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing that everybody is talking about. And then you move on to other stuff. Where do y'all get that I give a fuck about y'all enough to spend all day, every day, going through my email and finding videos that people are talking about women or black women? I'm going to be honest with you. If your video is interesting, I will do a reaction to it. But I truly don't give a fuck. I don't care. I genuinely, black people, black culture, black women, women in general, I don't give a fuck. The only reason that I'm having a conversation is because maybe you're talented enough to make a video that's interesting for me to react to. But the majority of what I do and the majority of what I react to is not y'all. So even when I go on these platforms sometimes and they say, Anton, no, man, you only talk about black people. Nigga, where? Where? As a matter of fact, listen, here's the caveat. The majority of what I talk about is white people. The majority of what I've been talking about is white people. I'm gonna go over to page 2 just to show you. Let's go over to page 2. The next 30 videos. Check this out. Oh shoot, I gotta make sure I get it on the screen. Hold on. 30 more. Literally, this is what the next 30 videos look like. White people, I'm trying to have my 7th child to stay on welfare. I cheated and ruined my life. Black and a white woman. UPS is cutting over 30,000 jobs. Being a stay-at-home mother is scary, from a white woman. We're still frozen in Nashville. White and black people. Pregnant woman stabbed 70 times. White people. It's support black women until it's Nicki Minaj. Everybody. Fuck ICE agents. Then it's her. This is her video. Don Lemon getting arrested. Sha'Carri Richardson going to jail. COVID, the new Nipah virus as compared to COVID-19. Nicki Minaj and Trump. Don Lemon getting arrested. Fake content creators don't really hate ICE. Living in my car. Black and white people. Javante Davis getting fired and laid off from Amazon. Fired and laid off from Amazon. New footage of Alex Preddy. Brokenhearted about getting laid off. If I spend money on a date, I feel like you have to do this. Sebastian Telfair. Would you tell your white family about your black boyfriend? Slept with every man in the 80s. It was specifically about a white woman. Trump will regret sending ICE to Philadelphia. Ilhan Omar attacked. White people saying ICE was worse under Obama. A white woman saying that I'm going to be broke forever. My ex-boyfriend cheated with 86 different women from white people. Where do y'all get this shit from? Where are y'all seeing all of this stuff about me giving a fuck about what y'all got going on, unless it is some shit that is going viral at the time? I talk about everything and everybody. Where are they getting this from? No. Because listen, and this is how I know that y'all are a Me Too ass motherfuckers. This is how I know that y'all some Me Too ass motherfuckers. Because people repeat what they hear other people repeat. They don't actually even go and look at it for themselves. People repeat what they hear other people repeat. They don't actually go and look at anything for themselves. And it's sad. It's absolutely fucking sad. Guess what? I'm going to give y'all a clue. White people love looking at videos of white people getting held accountable. White people love videos of white people getting held accountable. That's the thing that you don't fucking understand, dummies. You so fucking slow that you don't even understand it. They love to see other people get held accountable that look like them. And it don't even have to be any specific thing. They like seeing people that got over high car notes. How could they have such high car notes? That's crazy. Why would she be squatting inside of that house? We don't like them. Have you ever seen Judge Judy? You know why Judge Judy is so popular? Because she talks about everybody. And she talked to everybody the same way. Why would I spend the majority of my time? Anyways, make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Here's the difference, though. They like watching each other get held accountable, but not being racist, being objective. So if you hold somebody accountable, you're holding them accountable for their actions, not because they're white. They just so happen to be the majority of the population, and the ones that's on TikTok and the ones that's on welfare, making content about how they're on welfare. Fucking dummies, bro. Idiots. Dumb as hell. And you're never going to be able to please them because all of them live in a vacuum and all of them are completely out of their minds. Now, You know they're not going to have a conversation about this. They're going to skip over this video, and then they're going to take one sentence from a 3-hour live stream, and they're going to say, see, this is what Anton does. Oh, my God. And I understand the game. It just is what it is. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel with turn your notifications. Let me read some of these cash apps and super chats. I got to acknowledge the people that support the platform. I never ask y'all for anything, but I'm always going to make sure that I acknowledge the people. All right. Shout out to Mike That Dude. I appreciate you, Mike That Dude, on Cash App. I appreciate you, bro. Tim Modeling says, Anton, did you hear the new J. Cole? I didn't. It came out last night. We was live streaming. I wound up going to bed. And when I woke up this morning, the first thing I did was brush my teeth, pray, throw a load in the washing machine because I had to unpack my luggage and keep it moving. And that's why I say that most of these people are living in the Victim Olympics. Terrible People Podcast says something for the... Oh, yeah, I read that one. Shout out to you. You know what, Eastside? Shout out, they call me Mr. Bibbs. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says you saw Tony Yayo say 50 Cent has a better career than Nas and Jay. What is he supposed to say? What is he supposed to say? Like, that's his guy. It doesn't matter if he did have a better career or he didn't have a better career. That's his guy. He's supposed to say that. I expect for that. I sent it to your email on the Yell on 50 situation. Marlo Reed says, what up, though, with the 20 ball? I appreciate you, Marlo Reed. Thank you for holding me down, bro. Thank you for the 20 ball, my friend. Daniel says, AD, you know criminal. Why grow men in your business? Because I'm at the top of the totem pole. If I wasn't popular and if my name didn't ring bells in the algorithm, nobody would do a reaction video. So it's actually a gift and a curse at the same time. TS Car Wash and Detail says, what do you tell someone who want to get advice, who want advice to get their platform as big as yours, but follow up with, I don't want to work as hard as you? I don't tell them nothing. I just keep letting them be dusty because it doesn't matter whether you got talent. It doesn't matter whether or not you get the information. Work ethic is the thing that's going to trump talent every day. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says, does hard work comes success? Eventually. Daniel says, bags before skags and hags. Anton, LOL, no, really? AJ Wise says, I'm 43 today. Happy birthday, big dog. Welcome to another swing around the sun. My lady told me to stay home. I told my lady earlier, there's no greater birthday gift than the ability to go out and run up a bag. Talk to them. And they love that shit. Even if they don't admit it, they love it. That girl was dissing the dead in the city. What girl? Talking about the girl in Chicago? We're going to talk about it. They saying her baby daddy dropped the LO. Shadow Dragon TV says, what up, Anton? Did you hear about Biolab linked to China found in Vegas? Crazy to think how many could be crossed the country after Biden's borders. King's T says she thought she was her and could humble him. And they don't even be having no real points. They just be mad. He's trolling. Okay. Haha, the Aunt RuPaul wannabe, says Daniel. Motor Wonder Thornton, shout out to you for the 2 ball. I appreciate you, Motor Wonder. Thank you, my friend, for holding me down. Wyatt says she sound like cigarettes and coffee. Daniel says, oh no, she wouldn't leave for something serious like a crime or sin. She leave because he says something she didn't like or a bad joke. Can't make this up. Real Life PJ says, what up, though? AD just came for a few laughs before I get my lunch break. Salute. Shout out to Real Life PJ. Freethinker says she said she's been through a lot of cartons of cigarettes. Y'all crazy. Y'all said that, not me. Daniel says AD money opportunity bag chasing Magic Man troll. Kenny says, talk about Trump calling Obama's monkeys. When did Trump call Obama's monkeys? What are y'all talking about? I was on a plane yesterday. I was trying to get back home. I was traveling. I did the Millionaire Morning Show. I immediately packed up my stuff. I went straight to the airport. I was in the Delta Lounge. I was preparing for the show last night, and then I was taking care of business. And then I jumped on the plane, and I came in. and I jumped straight on the. Listen, I haven't even listened to J. Cole's album, so I wouldn't. This is the first time that I'm hearing about this. TS Car Wash Detail Services. AD also waiting on a Lil Jon's son missing story. Daniel says, but AD black woman is smart is better. No. Kevin Stetter says, I was telling someone this a few days ago. Most of Anton's videos is him talking about people who aren't even black, and then they say that's not true. He's a rat. What is the sound of a rat? Thank you, Kevin. April Williams says there's an uproar on social media after Donald Trump reposted a video depicting the Obama's faces on monkey bodies. Thoughts? All right, let me do some research on this. Give me a second. Let me see. Trump, Obama, monkeys. Trump shares a racist video depicting Obama's as apes, sparking outrage. Trump shared a racist video on a social media platform Thursday night that depicted the former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Obama as apes in the jungle, sparking intense. This is via CNN, so I wanted to get a credible source. Sparking intense condemnation. Obama's briefly and suddenly appeared near the end of a short video which promotes false claims that voting machines helped steal the 2020 election with their faces superimposed onto the bodies of apes. As the images appear for about 1 second, the start of the song "A Lion Sleeps Tonight" plays in the background. The post, which recalls a racist trope of comparing black people with monkeys, prompted swift backlash. GOP Senator Tim Scott, the only black Republican in the Senate, called the post racist and said Trump should remove it, praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. The president should remove it, said the South Carolina Republican, who also is the chair of the Senate GOP campaign committee, wrote on X. Rep. Mike Lawler of New York, who is also considered one of the most vulnerable Republicans in Congress, also condemned this Truth Social post and called on Trump to apologize. The president's post is wrong and incredibly offensive, whether intentional or a mistake, and should be deleted immediately with the apology offered. In a statement to CNN on Friday, the White House press secretary Lee Caroline Leavitt called the broader response to the video fake outrage. This is from the internet meme video depicting President Trump as a king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to the American public. California Governor Gavin Newsom condemned the video in a post on X, writing disgusting behavior by the president. Every single Republican must denounce this now. The incident is the latest example of Trump drawing criticism for sharing racist content on his social media platform. All right, let me see if I can find a picture. Is this the picture right here? Yeah, that's wrong as fuck. I'm not gonna play the video because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not gonna play the video, and the reason that I'm not gonna play the video is I think it's disrespectful. I think it's 100% disrespectful. KN 500 says the video is like 5 seconds. I don't agree with that. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I don't agree with it. I think it's wrong as hell. And listen, I'm going to take it a step further. I believe that it's wrong for y'all to call Michelle Obama a man. I think it's disrespectful when y'all do that. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Anytime that I see y'all do that, I'll be like, it's kind of cringe. Sometimes it's funny, depending on the joke, but it'd be cringe to me because it's like, I don't agree with it. See y'all doing it right now. Okay, so now that y'all doing that, don't sit here and tell me that I need to hold Trump accountable for what it is because y'all validate the behavior. Y'all validate the behavior. Now I'm pushing it. How am I pushing it? Listen. Edgar says it's a 2-minute video with the entire Democratic Party as animals in the jungle. You're not going to gaslight me, fam. You're never going to gaslight me and act like I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm so sick of y'all pretending and playing like y'all don't see stuff because you like the person. Just because you hold on. Let's be 100 over here. Can we be real? Because the one thing about the Millionaire Morning Show and the people on my platform is that we disagree often. And when we get done disagreeing, we're going to still be friends and we're going to move on to the next subject. But let's come on, man. Stop, bro. Stop. You're not going to gaslight me, man. You're never going to gaslight me into thinking that people don't know what they're doing. And you go, oh, ma, it was just a 5-second video. Oh, no, it was just this. Oh, no, it was just that. No, stop playing in my face, man. It's wrong. And you can agree with 99% of what another person do from a policy perspective. And you can also say, yep, this is wrong. It's wrong. It's just wrong, flat out. It's wrong. This is wrong. It's wrong. Y'all wrong for justifying it and trying to act like it's not nothing. It's wrong. Now, the impact of it or whatever, that could be debated, but it's wrong. Flat out, it's wrong. I love Trump's policies. I love that he put all of that first, but it's wrong, bro. And I don't know why we can't just be real and say it's wrong. I try to be as objective as possible on these platforms. When I defended Brandon Johnson and it killed me yesterday. It bothered me to my core. It bothered me to my soul when they tried to say that Brandon Johnson was wrong for releasing a contract company that was hiring janitors and that they was getting laid off. And when the alderman came up there and he said, listen, and see, this is the part that people don't see, but I'm not doing it for them. I'm just going to keep it 100. And the alderman came up there and said that he was picking on the janitors. And I said, nope, in this particular situation, because two things can be true at the same time. He could be fiscally irresponsible when it came to how it was that they was funding the migrant crisis, but it doesn't mean that he's wrong about the fact that he needs to cut costs because Chicago's budget is out of control. So objectively speaking, I agree with the overwhelming majority of Trump's policies, but as far as what he posted on Truth Social about this, it's fucking wrong. It's wrong. And you know what's wrong with people? Let me tell you what's wrong with people. Too many people are in environments where they are only looking to be agreed with and they are not looking to objectively have a conversation. Oh, I don't fucking care. That don't mean that I'm ever going to vote for Michelle Obama or Barack Obama. It don't mean that I ever agree with their policies. And see, this is why I don't give a fuck about you niggas either. It's because, and this is why I only care about what I care about. It's because I'm not doing it for you, nigga. I'm doing it because it's wrong. This don't got nothing to do with whether I agree or disagree. This got something to do with whether it's wrong or not. And in my opinion, and I could be wrong on my opinion on some things too. In my opinion, it's wrong. It's just off. You're not going to tell me that the president of the United States of America and everybody else that's around can't see this shit and it's not fake. It's not fake outrage. People may be using it to say, oh man, Trump is racist or whatever, so on and so forth, but it's not fake outrage, bro. It's not fake outrage. It's objectively wrong. And I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. Everything is not cute. Everything is not cool. Everything is not cute. And let's be clear. Like, let's say, for example, you had a perspective 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 10 years ago that you thought was funny. Shit that we laughed at in high school or shit that we laughed at when we was 20. It might not be as funny anymore because it's like, you know what? We grew the fuck up. We supposed to grow. We supposed to be better. And so we can't have the same lens that we look through. You supposed to have a different lens that you look through this year than you looked at last year. And when you give me new information objectively, I am going to call it what it is. And just because I like Trump as a president and as a leader of the United States of America, I don't like this. I don't like it. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. 100%. And so, I didn't agree with Michelle Obama when she was telling women that they need to go against their men in their households in order to vote for Kamala Harris. And I still think she was wrong. I didn't agree with Barack Obama going after black men and saying that they don't like black women. And that's the reason why they're not voting for Kamala Harris. That shit was wrong. And this shit is wrong. It's wrong. And I think that the problem with people that get to a certain level is that they have too many people around them not being honest with them. And so they start feeling their own shit or they think that they're above reproach. And I pray, honestly, within my heart, within my core, I pray that I never ever get to the point to where I can't hear the voices of the people that surround me. Now, he just gave a bunch of people ammunition, in my opinion. This is why it's so fucked up. Let me tell you why it's so fucked up. It's fucked up because it takes away from all of the other awesome shit that Trump is doing. Tabby says, but Anton, you didn't watch the video, so how do you have a valid opinion? I'm looking at a picture of them on monkeys. It takes away from all of the dope shit that Trump is doing. We getting people removed out of here. We got more self-deportations than ever in history. People are you know what I'm saying? Like, it's other stuff for us to focus on. You got the 2026 midterms coming up. We don't need this shit. We don't need this. I'm gonna watch it for y'all. I'm gonna go on X and I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna play it on my platform. Oh, mamas. Nah, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Nothing has changed. It's still wrong. It's still wrong, bro. Now that I've watched it, it's still wrong, and it's even more wrong now because I heard the song too. Now it's even more wrong now. That music is hilarious. Y'all making me laugh with the music. Shut up, mythology noir. Stop, bro. Stop. Stop. Oh my god, it's wrong. The music made it stupid. It's wrong, bro. So that's so dumb. Is I don't give a fuck what y'all say. It's wrong. Can something be wrong and hilarious at the same time? That's why y'all wanted me to watch that stupid shit, because y'all wanted me to hear that dumbass music. Chance Bev, because I like interacting with the chat. Chance Bev says, AD, just admit that you black as hell. And they used to call you a monkey in school, and that's all. Nigga, they used to call me a horse. You know why y'all be feeling some type of way? Is because y'all niggas don't have a big black dick. It's Friday, right? Can we talk? Cause you know me, I love the comebacks. That's why y'all niggas be so mad, because we be chocolate. I got a fucking arm in my pants, and that's why you niggas be jealous. That's really what it is. That's all it is. I would never get offended when people talk about me, because all I got to do is pull out my dick, and if I pull out my dick in front of your girl, then you're gonna be embarrassed. Stop looking. Putting your hand over her face, and she doing like this. That's why y'all niggas feeling some type of way. Because when you lay behind, when y'all spooning, she don't feel nothing. She feel like it's two coochies in there. When I'm spooning, she be like, she scoop back. When you spoon, it's two coochies. Y'all don't do nothing but rub coochies together. That's all you do. That's why you feeling some type of way, because you bump coochies, nigga. You a coochie bumper. Niggas be tall as hell bumping coochies. How you gonna be a tall coochie bumper? Niggas be big, tall, bumping coochies. I'm trying to crack that frame out, nigga. That's got to be the worst thing ever, to be a tall nigga and a coochie bumper at the same time with a micro penis. Nigga, I'll just kill myself. Nigga, just take me out. Be the worst ever. God, you gave me all of these great genetics and you forgot one thing. You know what I'm saying? Gave me all of these, gave these niggas all of these. I'm disproportionate, Jesus. And then I come in like this. I come in like this. And you come in like this. Oh, this is you. Nigga wearing a size 14 shoe for nothing. Nigga, what the fuck? Anyways, and there I go. Here I go, climbing all over your bitch. Climbing that tree, chopping that tree down. Can't get enough. All she just she crawling all in the bed. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I'm just all over her. Just she visualizing it in her head right now. Oh my God. Oh God. I'm pulling her ass back down that bed. Get your ass down here. Where you going? All right, I'm focused. Listen, y'all start with me. Don't say shit, and I won't do shit. If he hadn't started it, it's Friday. You know how we get it in on Fridays. I might have to do it Saturday now because I ain't got enough time to finish what I was gonna do from a Friday. You know what I'm saying? On the run. Get your ass back down here off this bed. Get off. Look like a Jason movie. Look like a horror film. You know the horror film where they be grabbing under the bed and then they got snatched from under the bed. Ah, that's a horror film, nigga. It's a horror film in this bitch. Yo, chick keep coming over to me. I thought you said you wasn't a virgin. That's why you keep complaining. Man, these girls is all busted out. It's like a big old hole down there. You ain't give her time to heal, nigga. Gotta live. It's a whole baby comes out of her. Give her a few days. She'll figure it out. Give her time to heal. She'll get it together. I don't feel nothing. I know. Now leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone and I'll leave you alone. Deal? Deal. All right, y'all. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Y'all ready to go back into the show? I'm ready to get back into the show. All right. Now leave me alone. There's my thoughts, April Williams. Now that I figured it out, what's going on? Motor Wonder Thornton, shout out to you for the super sticker. Wesley Turner says she must have seen a clip. She must have seen a clip channel that only upload clips of you holding black women accountable. She never went to the source. This clip channel, probably. Well, no, she said I had 1 million subscribers, so she obviously had found my original channel. Daniel says 80. You think Yayo? 80 think Yayo and 50 only real loyalty left? No, it's a lot of loyalty. What about Memphis Bleak? April says in his defense, other politicians were included, but still not acceptable. They're not gonna gaslight us, April. They're not gonna do it, baby. Mr. Darian Brown says, does AD spend Trump quality product services or no? Does ad spend Trump quality product and services? No. Word of mouth is the best form of advertisement. Now, it could be supplemented also with more visibility, but word of mouth is the best form of advertisement, which means that you have to have great quality product anyway. Chip Burner says, the company I work for just announced job cuts. 1,000 jobs out of 6,000 will be cut. For Maersk, I'm going to have to check that out. Give me a second. I'm on it. I'm going to leave that selected. Fade Nowinski, I like that name, says Trump deleted it because he knows it's wrong. 392Q says, don't matter if he shared the video or not, still wrong as F. He could have laughed at it and kept it pushing. I mess with Trump, but this, thank you. Thank you, 392Q. 392Q, you are objective. But this one of his F-ups towards the black community, and that's valid. Anton Hill says, just got on. Did he do this, or is someone in his circle put this out in his name? Maybe Trump did not see. No, we not going. Nope, it was on his account. Water Chicken says the full video that he shared is about election interference. His frame was spliced in the end. Don't matter. It was there. It was there. I think 392Q says, I think because it's Black History Month, it made it 10 times worse, in my opinion. Lex says they ain't slanging AD. They can't touch toilet water. They sit down when they pee anyway, Lex, so they used to that. Haywire says, did you watch the whole video, bro? It's hilarious. Yes, I watched it. Now stop asking me if I watched the whole video. This Crow T Shetty says, for the derailment segment, facts. Yo, as Romy Rome says, salute AD wrong is wrong. Shout out to Romy Rome. I appreciate you, bro. Daniel is always learning says, what if she say my man is bigger, better? Awkward. Nah. You know what? Honestly, you want me to give you my opinion on that? I don't think men should care. Like, all of the jokes aside and all of that shit, get yours, bro. Why would a woman ever say that to y'all? A woman has said that to y'all before? She said it in anger or something? You know what I would say if I was y'all? If a woman was to ever say that, I would be like, we both hit it. And I still hit. I still hit. What the fuck is you talking about? Like, I don't know why y'all give a fuck. Why would you care? You can't punish me because we both hit. What that mean to me? Honestly, I think that guys should not give a fuck. Nigga, do you? Who cares? Nigga, she only saying it because she mad. And most of the time they'll only say that. Most of the time they'll only say that because they mad. It don't even be true because she loved it. It don't even be true. She loved it. I would not give a fuck. Y'all got to stop caring about all of this fake shit. I know I just got the email. I see you. Shout out to Vote the Cart. I see you. I would be caring about what I care about, and I would keep it moving. You know what I'm saying, Janice? Ain't no what if. Brando says, if you don't have your own theme song when you pull it out, I feel bad for you. Brian the Filmmaker says, the show never really started. We keep it. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got y'all. I'm on it. Daniel says, some of them is dark skinned and red bone women be having like 8 kids naturally and still be slimming right back down and they 20 years old. So very nice. Shout out to you, says, just join the Patreon. It's about to, welcome to the Patreon. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Welcome to the crew. Yeah. All right, y'all, let's get into the show. Let's go into this Channing Crowder situation. I might come back to Chicago, but I thought that this was a masterful interview. Should I include this in After Hours tonight? With the Bud Crawford, Terrence Crawford?
And running it back, I made paying homage to the ones before us and us, passing the torch to the ones after us. So I'm cool with passing the torch.
And bro, you say you did all that work.
Somebody said, did you do it last night? No, we talked about Bud Crawford talking about getting divorced. We didn't talk about Bud Crawford in this whole situation as far as like him talking about money. You know what I'm saying? It's a completely different part of the interview.
Your whole life, undefeated, but you grind to feed your kids and to make better for your family. I always say everything got a price. Because people say like, I love my dog. I get $100. No, I get $1,000. No, I get $100,000. Hey, you can have him.
Let me say this. I'm not a dog lover. I'm not a dog lover. I was looking at a video where they were documenting the whole Chernobyl nuclear reactor meltdown, right? And they were saying that in order to get the people out without panicking, they told them that they was only going to be gone for a few days, like 3 days, and that they all had to basically get on these buses and get on this transportation in order to get transported out. And obviously they never went back because, you had a nuclear fallout basically, and the spot over in Chernobyl was still uninhabitable. One of the things that they had to do is they had to kill the animals, right? They shot the pets or they just let the pets go or whatever, so on and so forth, right? And when I was looking at the comments, the only thing that I was seeing was people saying, oh no, I couldn't have left my pet. I'd rather die before I leave my pet. I'd rather figure out what I wanted to do before I leave my pet. Let me see if I can find that. I'm not able to find it right away. I don't know. I got to figure that out. But yeah, they evacuated everybody and all of that stuff. And people were saying that they were not willing to leave their animals. They were unwilling to leave their animals. And so even in that example is what I'm basically saying. Even in that example, some people don't give a fuck even about their own selves more than they care about their animals. You know what I'm saying? So when he was using this example, and I do think almost everything has a price, but I don't think that made sense in this context that he was trying to justify it.
Like, my thought is everything has a price. There is not a number that can get you back in that ring. 80 million, 100 million.
Nah, because now you selling your soul.
$100 million, you can have my soul.
That's the craziest statement that I'd have never heard in my life. Of all of the things that I've ever heard on the internet, and I've heard some gruesome things, I've heard some crazy things, I've heard some diabolical things, I've heard some insane things, I've heard some wild things. Let me give the pivot credit, and let me also give the pivot grace. I'm going to play it again, and I'm going to give the pivot credit, and I'm going to give the pivot grace.
No, I get $100,000. Hey, you can have him. Like, my thought is everything has a price. There is not a number that can get you back in that ring. 80 million, 100 million.
Nah, because now you selling your soul.
$100 million, you can have my soul.
Let me give the pivot credit. All right. The reason why, what up, Kim? The reason why I want to give the pivot credit is because do you know how much courage that it takes as a content creator, especially with this being pre-recorded, to leave that in? They could have easily edited that out and we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. But the reason why I have so much respect for content creators, the reason why I have so much respect for people that leave it in is because it fosters more conversation. I love the fact that they left it in. I'm going to get to that, Angie. I love the fact that they left that in because it takes courage to do that. And I don't think that people get enough credit for actually leaving something like that in. Now, I'm going to also give them grace because I'll get to that other part right in a second. But let me say this statement. When you say stuff like that, the power of life and death is in the tongue. That's why we have to be careful with what we say. When you say that, when he said that, I don't even want to repeat what he said. When he said this right here,
Kids, and to make better for your family. I always say everything got a price. Because people say, like, I love my dog. I get $100. No, I get $1,000. No, I get $100,000. Hey, you can have him. Like, my thought is everything has a price. There is not a number that can get you back in that ring. 80 million, 100 million.
Nah, because now you selling your soul.
$100 million, you can have my soul.
Let me tell you what happens when you talk like this. The devil hears you. I know y'all don't think that spirits exist. I know y'all don't think that we battle in principalities. I know y'all don't think that you think that everything that you says, it doesn't really matter. It just falls on deaf ears. But what I'm trying to tell you is that the power of life and death is in the tongue. And when you say stuff like that, the devil can hear it. When you say stuff like that, the devil hears it and he acts on it. He acts on it. Oh, that's the price? Because see, $100 million, in reality, the value of money is what we give to it. Now, I'm not telling you that money isn't important, but I'm telling you that it's not worth your soul. That's why the scripture says the love. People often get this wrong. They say money is the root of all evil. It's not. It's not. You're misquoting the scriptures. You need to go and read it again. It says the love of money is the root of all evil, meaning that you will do anything, including even give up your soul for it. The love of money is the root of all evil, and you will sell your left nut and give up your soul for it. That's why when people say stuff like, man, I done seen people do all kinds of scenarios. Would you let a guy do something to you? Would you put on a dress inside of a movie if they was to give you 10 million, 20 million, $30 million? No, never. Because how I got it matters just as much as whether or not I get it. When y'all get mad at me because I say that black culture is trash and the things that we celebrate the most, and I say, why do y'all pedestalize niggas that sold drugs, that sold dope, that sold poison to their people in order to get rich? They sold it to their own mamas. I don't respect that. Y'all respect that. I don't respect that. And then people get mad at me and they say, oh, you think you better than. I am not willing to do certain things for money. I believe in working my ass off. I tell the bag chasers all the time when we do a stock club, when we do a block club, when we doing whatever it is that we doing, I tell them 100% of the time, hey, we about slow money. We don't go and trade options. We don't do this. We don't do that. Respect to people that have done the research and they say that they're able to do it successfully. God bless you. But we about slow money. I tell them, I say, hey, make the sacrifice over 10 years. We get rich. We live the rest of our life the way that we want to. I can't do it. It's certain things that I'm unwilling to do. It's certain things that I'm unwilling to do in war. It's easy to just say, okay, well, listen, I can do this. I can go. Because, see, I actually met your chick. I met your girl in real life right there. It's easy for me to go all the way down in the dumps to do my research, to get my guys on stuff. I got the money and the resources to find out and do anything that I want to do. But guess what I'm not going to do? I can't break bro code. I can't break my morals. I can't do this. I feel like everything is a test. Tasha K begged me. Tasha K practically begged me and said, who is the girl that he told? She asked me over. I hope she leave that party. And she asked me over and over. She said, who is this girl? Who is he talking to or whatever? I said, Tasha, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do that. Because I'm not him. I'm not them. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it I got to do it differently than everybody else. I can't do it. I can't do it. Because that's a real life person. We're not just talking in general. We're not saying, oh man, these chicks is out here dusty. We're literally taking somebody that has chosen not to be a content creator, and I'm not about to up in their life like that. I can't do that. That's not me. It's not in my code. I can't do broke. I don't care how much I hate you. I don't care how much I actually want to take your head off. I don't care how you've transgressed against me. I can't do that because it goes against my code. Fuck you. It's for me. Forgiveness is for me, not for you. So when he said this, I believe that the devil listened. I wouldn't put it past Channing Crowder to get obsessively rich within the next 5 to 10 years. I wouldn't put it past Channing Crowder to get outrageously rich within the next 5 to 10 years. I wouldn't put it past it. Because the devil is listening. What'd you say? See, that's nothing to him. What'd you say you wanted? Really? So? Okay. All right. What up, Daryl from Tennessee? I can't do it. I can't do it. It's a wild statement to make. It really is. It honestly is.
Like, my thought is everything has a price. There is not a number that can get you back in that ring. 80 million, 100 million.
Nah, because now you selling your soul.
$100 million, you can have my soul.
That's crazy to say.
Now we know your character. Sometimes, you know.
I'm gonna have to give Channing some credit too. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. The reason that I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt is because sometimes the best interviewers, I wouldn't have said it, but I'm gonna give him grace. I wouldn't have said it, but sometimes the best interviewers, their job is to get you to speak authentically about what you believe, what your thoughts are, and about whatever it is that y'all having a conversation about. So sometimes they may say things to draw out certain responses to see whether or not you'll do it. I'm going to give him grace. I'm giving him grace. I'm going to give him grace. Maybe Channing, correct your car, provoked a response. Maybe he pushed it a little too far in our opinion, but we're the people that's observing. Maybe he did that so that he can get the best response out of him possible to see what he would be willing to do. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I know everybody else is not. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
You look at people and you be like, dang, man, you ain't got no dignity. You ain't got no morals. Like, come on, man. Like, what you going to stand for if everything is about money? Like, I never was in a sport because of money. You know, of course, I was in a sport to make money, but I wanted to be a world champion. Yeah. You know, I wanted to do something that I set my sights out to do as a little boy. And money wasn't the motivation. Me being a world champion was the motivation. Me accomplishing all the things that I've accomplished along the way on my journey, you know, it was extra credit. It was extra credit because it's coming from the hood. It was like, man, I just want to be a world champion because that's just my dream. So when I became a world champion, it was just like, man, all this other stuff is like a cherry on the top. Like, you know what I mean? I did what I set my sights out to do. Wow. It was evident that I wasn't gonna let nothing stand in the way of me accomplishing that goal in my life. I was just like.
What Bud is saying is the thing that we say all the time. Bad chasing is chasing your purpose. Bad chasing is chasing your purpose. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. The money come with it, baby. We don't have to sell out for money. The money is coming anyway because we already going to be rewarded for our diligence, for the things that we do. That's great. We're going to be awesome and we're going to get that bag. Bad chasing, it's a slogan, but the meaning behind it is we chasing our purpose, understanding that the money come with it, the success come with it, the women come with it, the greatness come with it, the accolades come with it, the visibility come with it. Sometimes things come with it that you don't want to come with it, but it's coming with it. That's what it's about. And so what Bud is basically saying because I have to give Bud credit. You know what Bud did? He came in, he won, he dominated, he made his money, and then he got out with all of his faculties. And you can't pay for that shit. You can't pay for that shit, because when I be seeing these old football players and these old boxers, and they got the shakes, and they can't hold their food down, and they still be broke at the end of the day too, you can't put a price on the fact that he's still in his right mind. He got all of his faculties. He made more money than 99% of all of the population, and he a champion, and he ran up a bag, and he said, listen, I'm out. He got to the top of the mountain, he retired, he got the money out of it, and then he retired, and then he got all of his faculties. He could still talk, he could still speak, he could play with his kids, he can have an interview, and he could. He won. Bud won. And it ain't $100 million that you can give me that would cost for me to lose one brain cell, and I already won. He won. What more do you want? What more do you want? He won. Somebody said chasing is not success. It absolutely is. You know why? You know why it's success? Is because when you chase success, when you chase your purpose, when you chase greatness, you blow past the places that you thought that you weren't going to get to, continuously moving the carrot in front of you. And what happens is you change your goals. Because as you continue to grow and as you continue to chase greatness, you have to move the goalposts. And the things that was impressive to you before, you already blew past that shit. That's why some people have arrested development. They still think that what they did in high school is meaningful. They still think that what they did in high school is meaningful because their goal was to be popular in high school. We don't give a fuck about what happened then because that was 25 years ago. We don't give a fuck about what we did in our 20s. It was a learning lesson. We don't give a fuck about what we did in our 30s because it's already gone. All of the goals that's why I say I live 5 lifetimes, because everything I ever wanted to do, I achieved. So now I have to recalibrate and figure out what the next thing is. So I'm still chasing, but that allowed for me to blow past what I thought that I was able to do. It absolutely is success because success is relative. You can look back and say, man, I did this, I did that. Me chasing 2 million don't mean that I didn't already blow past a million subscribers. I was chasing 2 million subscribers. That's the reason why I was able to get 1 million subscribers. And it wasn't until I passed 1 million subscribers, because y'all know me on my journey to 1 million, I said, I ain't even going to pay attention to that. I got bigger goals in mind. I said, I'm not even going to pay attention to that because I got bigger goals in mind. And it wasn't until we already had crossed it that I took an opportunity to sit back and say, you know what? We did good. You know what? We did good. We was chasing 2, and that's why we got 1. All loyalty, no bots. I'm not chasing 2 million subscribers. I'm chasing 5. I'm chasing 5. And in the process of going to get 5, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to hit 2. You understand what I'm saying? Context is everything. Context is everything.
My mom telling me all the time, you need to get a plan B. You need to go to school. Man, you know me in school don't rock. What I'm going to school for?
Y'all lay tight.
I'm going to go to school and I'm
I don't know about all of that. Anyways, make sure you guys tap into the Patreon link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Rilo G says, I don't know why, but do we ask how was it after? But do we ask, oh, you talking about the box? Oh, why would you do that? if she wanted me to know something in particular, she'll let me know. She'll tell me. Seems like you had a good time. I had a good time. Hey, we got some bacon here. We got bacon in the refrigerator. Got some eggs, got some cheese, some toast. Are we doing pancakes? I'm already thinking about breakfast. What you talking about? If it was something that I needed to know, I'm pretty sure you know how to communicate. You got a mouth, don't you? You know how to talk? All right, listen. You making breakfast today? All right. Because I know how to talk. I know how to talk. Teeth. He said you want some juice. Oh, I might have to end this live stream and start it all over tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Good gosh. I might have to start all over tomorrow. I don't know. Water Chicken says, I know you aren't talking about the monkey frame anymore, but I tagged you in a post on X that shows a woman in a video with the spliced in at the end. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says, AD, he talking about his homie, I think, as my dog, not dog as an animals. Quentin, my dog says dogs over humans. Talk about it, Quentin. Facts, especially these type of humans. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says, nah, AD, he meant that from the heart. Sell his soul. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says, if you watch the Pivot interviews, he would do anything for money, AD, that's just the real him. Now, that might be a character that he plays, bro. Vitor Royale says that almost 3% of my portfolio look juicy today. Daniel Always Learning says 100 mil is crazy, but my fear of Jesus afterlife. Daniel Always Learning says, right, the love of money, only humans can send, not things. Johnny Mack in the building. What up, Johnny Mack says, I just watched 2K's interview on a Classic Codes podcast. All I got to say is 2K is a real one for that. 2K was on a Classic Codes. I'm going to have to check that out. Black Beauty says, I'm definitely chasing a bag, AD. I have a new product called Layla Wash. Can I drop it? Absolutely, you can. You one of the longest original members of the Bag Chasers. Why wouldn't you be able to drop it inside of the Discord? Hell yeah, you can drop it. Drop that shit. Link to the Discord is in the description of the video, the most recent videos inside of the Patreon. Let's get at least one more in. I actually got to go. Hold on, I got to call somebody real quick.
Hello?
Hey, this is Anton. What's going on?
Hey, Anton.
How you doing? What's the word?
I didn't mean to call you. I'm sorry. I was trying to save your number.
Oh, okay. No worries. I just wanted to make sure you was okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Is everything cool? You need anything from me?
Nope. I think we're all good.
Okay. All right. Let me know if y'all need anything.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye. That was the new tenants. New tenants. By the way, we do our own stuff. We keep everything in-house. We manage our own properties. We manage our own stuff. I'm not paying no goddamn property management company to take a bunch of money off of the top of my shit. Hell no. Hell no. Never paying no property management company. Never paying no property management company. That's a y'all thing. That's not a me thing. Y'all like people taking money out of y'all pocket for shit that don't matter. Hell no, I'm not doing that. My people would hit me up. Oh, you need anything? All right, cool. I'm not paying a property management company to 10, 15% of my profits, of my gross, so that they can answer a goddamn phone. Hell no. We're gonna talk about it in Block Club because I gotta show y'all some stuff in Block Club. Keon Bell says that gorilla post with the Obamas was fake. How? If you look close, it didn't have how long ago it was posted, and it's not on his page. They removed it. They removed it. All right, cool. You just sent the link to my email address. Having a property management company can remove headaches. Yeah, if you're a shit landlord, if you're a halfway decent landlord, then you won't have those type of problems. Because first of all of my properties is well kept, well maintained, and all of the ones that's coming online is brand new, which means that we don't have people. Well, I'm not going to get into it, but very rarely do I ever get a call from a tenant. Very rarely do I ever get a call from a tenant because everything is well taken care of, is well maintained. They take care of the property because they appreciate what we've done. And if somebody needs something done, then I'm going to call a contractor. I have contractors that work for me. So let's just say, for example, something happens and something needs to be fixed. All right, I'll send a contractor over, make a phone call. Hey, get such and such over there as soon as possible. Have them coordinate with a time, and that's it. No, I'm not about to give up a bunch of money. Do your tenants know you Anton Daniels from AntonDaniels.com? Yes, they do. I develop a personal relationship. I meet everybody. I have a conversation with them. I shake hands. I need to be able to vet them. They absolutely do. Does that make me nervous? Nah. No, why would it make me nervous? Bro, I actually go out and I meet people every single day. Every day. I don't believe in doing out-of-state properties. AD, if I'm 3 days late on rent, are you kicking me out? No. But if you continuously always pushing the envelope in order to be late on rent, I'm going to ask you. Thank you, Lex. I appreciate you, baby. I'm going to read that super chat in a second. All right, y'all. I want to go over another video. I do have to go and pick up a security deposit in a second. This is a woman saying that she was fired. She was fired from Turning Point USA. It's a bunch of employees that's coming out saying that they was fired from Turning Point USA. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's rock.
My name is Aubrey Leitch, and I am the former public relations manager for Turning Point USA. And I was a part of the recent kind of mass termination group at Turning Point, and was let go about 3 weeks ago. And at the time of my release, I was working for the ATK company, which is spokesman Andrew Colvetz.
Somebody said, are you really dropping a Saturday episode? Yeah, it'll be, it's going to be probably shorter, probably like 3 or 4 subjects, but we're going to do a Saturday one.
Private business that contracts out with the Turning Point kind of ecosystem. So encompassing of Turning Point USA and Turning Point Action. I was working directly for him. Prior to that, I did work for Turning Point USA. So I've been with the organization since 2021. So my boss, Andrew Colvett, and I had a very close working relationship. I talked with him on a weekly, if not daily basis. My tasks were assigned by him to me. Working directly for him was a challenge and very intimidating because, you know, he was Charlie's right-hand guy, always in Charlie's ear, constantly. And so it was very important to me to be an impressive and loyal employee to Andrew, to which I believe I certainly was. I did so many things for that company. I worked many, many hours outside of my general kind of understanding of what this job entailed. And I had no problem with it because I wanted to work hard for both Andrew and Charlie, for my coworkers, and for the Lord. And that was the expectation that Charlie had for us as well, was to work very hard. I really believed in the mission of Turning Point and what we were doing. So taking you back all the way to 2021 when I first started working at Turning Point, let's be honest, being a conservative was not very cool or trendy back then. I think we really owe it to a lot of the work that Charlie put in and us at Turning Point put in. It kind of made conservatism more cool and trendy. But back then, it wasn't very cool. And so it was such a beautiful thing to be kind of plopped into this place of employment where everybody was so like-minded. It was just such a fun place to work. I had nothing but wonderful experiences right from the start. But then in, I'd say around 2022 or 2023, things kind of started to change. The energy kind of had shifted within the organization as a whole. And I believe that stemmed from Charlie sort of taking a step back and kind of more taking that true CEO leadership role. And Charlie decided to entrust some of these people that had been working at Turning Point and some outside hires to kind of take more of a leadership position within the organization. And signed by him to me.
I'm surprised that Turning Point doesn't have more of a tight ship that they're running, because the amount of people that be coming out and saying shit. And this is also one of the reasons why it's very difficult to deal with stuff from a passion project perspective, because people are not objective, right? If you go and you work at Home Depot and you get fired from Home Depot, then you just get fired from Home Depot. But when people get fired or they get let go from a passion, or when they say they're doing it for God or they're doing it for the Lord, but it's their job and they're actually getting paid from it, it becomes more personal. And people are not able to objectively have a conversation about what makes sense and what doesn't make sense, right? So now, you know, because Charlie Kirk was Charlie Kirk and he was assassinated and all of this other stuff, now everything will be compared to, hey, and when he ran it, it was a certain way, and I had a personal relationship with him and all of this other stuff. Yeah, stop it. Stop it. But we're going to get there.
Charlie sort of taking a step back where things were going. I wasn't a big fan of the energy and kind of environment shift, but I understood why things like this needed to happen. These people that Charlie put into leadership positions, I didn't always agree with, but I was certainly in no place to judge the discretion of my CEO. I trusted that he put the right people in charge, but over time I pretty quickly learned that some of these people in leadership positions were not people that I felt were either prepared or qualified to be, or deserving to be.
When did we start taking into consideration what people that are doing their jobs, that are the subordinates, when do we start taking into consideration what they think a leadership quality should be? Because if they was in a position to be able to choose what was best for them as far as leadership, then they would be the person that's in leadership. No, I'm just keeping it 100. Like, my daughter can't say, hey, I'm not sure if you're going to be a great parent if you discipline me today. That's why you're the child. And I'm the parent, because you don't know no better. You don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you have a job, and this is why, like, even me and Slimmy, right? When I was telling Slimmy, because we about to drop these hats and all of this stuff, and even when me and Slimmy is having a conversation about certain things, sometimes I'll tell him, And I'll say, hey, listen, we've been friends for a long time, but I want you to put on your business hat right now. Take off the friendship hat and put on your business hat right now. And the reason why I want you to put on your business hat right now is because I want you to objectively make decisions based off of what makes the most sense for you. Somebody said you don't get hired on as a boss. Even you started somewhere. AD. I absolutely do get hired. I did get hired in as a boss at several different places. What, you think you work your way up through the organization? For every organization that you work for? And guess what they never did? I have never been interviewed by an employee. I have never been interviewed by the people that were going to work for me. Complaints go up, they don't go down. I've never had somebody that was going to be working for me interview me for a job. I've never sat in the interview process and they said, yeah, and this person is going to be working for you, and this person will be the person that will be working under you, and they have some questions to ask you. I've never had that happen in my entire life. Ever. You know where the interview comes from? It comes from the upper management inside of the company. It comes from human resources. It comes from all of these different places. And then once you get hired on, they bring you in and they introduce you to the team and they say, hey, this is such and such and such and such, and he's going to be leading up this department or whatever it is that you got to do.
In that role. Fast forwarding a few years from that time I just spoke about in 2022, 2023, all the way up until September 10th, 2025. Obviously, it was an extremely traumatizing day for everyone. I think pretty much everyone in the world with any amount of sanity was slightly traumatized by what they saw. It was an extremely traumatizing day for me. And I worked nonstop. My phone received hundreds of phone calls on September 10th, thousands of text messages, and multiple times I kind of got reprimanded for not being responsive enough to people, but I literally just could not keep up with everything that was happening between my email and my personal phone and my work phone. It was just non-stop. And I've seen a video of a coworker of mine who was also released from Turning Point. She spoke about 20-hour days. Yeah. Absolutely, those were very, very real, especially for those first 2 months.
Here, let me look at this. Eric TV says, so at plant you hire on as boss. No, what are you talking about? What does that have to do with what I'm asking or what I'm talking about? Backbreak Comedy says, also, Erica Kirk got hired into big leadership role at Turning Point. I'm sure she isn't qualified. Well, I don't know exactly what the structure of that is, but guess what? When I decided that I wanted to make my girl the president of my property development company, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people that could say, well, she wasn't qualified, but it's my fucking company. It's my company. It's my company. I'm not really sure if y'all understand this, is that when you have ownership of something, you are by default the boss. And let me also help y'all to understand something else. When you are in upper management and when you are a boss, I absolutely is full of incompetent people. You are not supposed to necessarily be an expert at everything inside of the company. I don't have to do what the technology officer is doing. I don't have to necessarily be an expert in finance in order to run the accounting, right? My job is to find the people that are the experts and to give me insight so that I can make an overall best decision for the company. I'm not staying away from this topic. If somebody said that they got fired from something, then that's the topic that I'm going to cover. Listen, when I'm looking at this, when I'm observing this, when I'm reviewing this video, I don't give a fuck about who's doing what on the Republican side and from the Turning Point side. I don't have that hat on. The hat that I'm having right now, because see, I see what the problem is, and I'm going to rock out with y'all, right? I see what the problem is. Y'all problem is that you're emotional. And because you're emotionally invested in how you see Charlie Kirk or how you see Erica Kirk or how relevant it is within the Republican Party or whether or not you actually care for or what Candace Owens says about them, you are not able to remove that in order to make a decision or have this conversation and look at it strictly from an employment perspective. I don't care about Charlie Kirk in this conversation. I don't care about Erica Kirk in this situation. I don't care about JD Vance's role and whether or not he spoke at America Fest right now. I'm looking at this purely off of the perspective of a person that looks at hiring, firing, and running a company. It doesn't matter what the name of it could be XYZ company, ABC company. When you're looking at something, you have to observe it from an objective point of view and take your emotions out of it. Stop getting emotional when you're making a decision or when you're observing something based off of pure employment.
Post Charlie's assassination. In December, we obviously had America Fest here in Phoenix, Arizona, and that was nonstop work too. And so really it's just been go, go, go for almost the past 6 months with like no extra compensation, no breaks, no real, hey, let's grieve as a family, you know, let's take some time and we'll pick back up.
It's always the men that's emotional. Always. Every single time that we do this, every single show that we have, it's the men. It's the men. They retype stuff over and over again. There is so much lack of testosterone. There are so many feminine men in the world, bro. I don't know what it is. They'll type stuff over and over and they'll copy and paste it. They try to get your attention. They talk in all caps. I don't know what's wrong with our men nowadays, bro. I don't know what's wrong with our men. I don't.
Where we left off in just a little while. And I wasn't necessarily expecting that. Charlie was someone who always expected us to push through and to continue to work. However, I think that these are extremely unprecedented circumstances in which we were all under. And so that was a huge turnoff for me at the organization, was just how everything has been handled since 9/10. During the memorial, for example, I literally did not sleep for over 48 hours. Despite all of that, I want to go ahead and fast forward to my termination, which took place about 3 weeks ago. And I was brought into an office to have a discussion just generally about my employment. It was myself, Andrew Colvett, and Marina Muniz, who is the CMO of Turning Point USA, who I used to work for when I was just full-time with Turning Point prior to joining the ATK company. They pulled me into a room and they sat me down and told me that there were 2 instances they wanted to talk to me about, one of which is pretty irrelevant to this timeline, so I'm just going to talk about the one, which was an Uber ride that took place allegedly in the months of either October or November of 2025. And what was told to me was that a Turning Point executive got into an Uber one day and they randomly just kind of started talking about Turning Point. And the executive asked the driver, what do you think about Turning Point? And the driver proceeded to tell the Turning Point executive, well, it's just really sad. I've heard the organization's really going downhill. There's not really a direction and nobody likes Erica. And the Turning Point executive proceeded to ask this Uber driver, well, who told you that? And the Uber driver told the Turning Point executive that his daughter was good friends with a girl that worked at Turning Point way back when in high school. They had spoken about Turning Point since Charlie's assassination, and that, you know, this was told to him by his daughter. And the Turning Point executive, of course, asked, well, what's the employee's name? And the Uber driver allegedly said, Aubrey who? Aubrey Leitch. And the story was presented to me as one of the reasons for my termination.
Listen, bro. Listen. Listen to what she's saying. An executive got into an Uber, a random Uber, and they just randomly start talking about Turning Point USA. Then the Uber driver starts talking about how certain things are not going the way that they're supposed to be going inside of the organization, and nobody likes Erica Trump or Erica Kirk. And then the executive asks him, well, who is it that's telling you this? And then they start giving first and last names of people that are talking about what is happening inside of Turning Point USA. All of this with a fucking Uber driver. And a conversation that came out of the blue. My first conversation is, how do you even fucking start a conversation about Turning Point USA inside of an Uber? Oh, and then why would an organization tell you that one of the reasons that they are firing you, even if you are an at-will employee, is because of a rumor that they discussed inside of an Uber car?
And I was just a little taken aback because, number one, I'm not really friends with anybody from high school. And a lot of that has to do with my political beliefs. I've been a conservative since I was pretty much a junior in high school. And so I don't know who I would have told this story to. And it also doesn't even align with my true thoughts of Erica.
Look at this. Man, I wish I wasn't kicked out of the Discord for actually being objective so I could see if Anton would address President Trump sharing the racist photo of the Obamas. Do y'all see how degenerate these motherfuckers are? Apparently, you got kicked out of the Discord because you was disruptive. And I don't even know who kicked you out or what kicked you out. But you know what's so funny? I already covered that in the previous segment. Bro, I'm so done with the culture. I am so done with the culture. I am so done with the culture. These niggas is degenerate. They are literally degenerate.
At the time. I've actually known Erica since 2013. We were doing pageants around the same time as one another. She was in the Miss USA organization and I was in the Miss United States organization, and we happened to cross paths at an event. So I've known Erica for quite some time, and my thoughts of her and nobody liking her do not align whatsoever with that timeline of
Facts.
October or November. So that was one of Turning Point's reasons for letting me go. So unlike my peers, I actually was given reason. However, there's another thing I kind of want to dive into. To protect myself, I am going to preface with, Turning Point has not insinuated this. They never told me anything like this. However, I just have a gut feeling that I was terminated from Turning Point because I am questioning the narrative of what happened to my role model and CEO, Charlie Kirk on the day of his assassination. What is being told to us in the mainstream media just really doesn't add up to me. And I'm really hopeful that one day it will. But as it stands right now, it just doesn't. And so I've been here in the background talking with people, expressing how I truly feel, because as an American citizen, I have the right to my freedom of speech and my.
So basically, you was bad mouthing the company, and it got out, and word got out, and you got caught, and you want to frame it as you was expressing your freedom of speech, when in reality you was talking shit, and that was one of the reasons why they let you go. It wasn't it wasn't no layoffs, it wasn't no financial decision. It was because y'all were toxic employees and y'all was fucking up the culture, and it's one of the reasons why you sitting out here making this video today. It's the reason why you went on TikTok and you did this whole video to explain yourself and to say all of this and to give all of the background information. And so she's basically admitting that she was a toxic employee and that she fucked around and found out. That's what it came down to. And guess what I would have did? I would have fired her ass too. I would have fired her ass too, because nobody asked you to come in here. Nobody asked you to come in here and give your opinion. We just asked you to come in here and do your job. I don't trust these people. And of course, if you are a person that don't like Charlie Kirk or Turning Point or Erica Kirk or any of that stuff, they're going to be the first ones to jump in the chat, and they're going to justify her ignorance and they're going to reinforce the narrative that this is what she was supposed to do. That's my opinion anyways. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Yeah, I'm going to do a show tomorrow, but it's not going to be a long show. It's going to be probably like a 2-hour show like it is today. I need to go and get the security deposit. I got to meet with a real estate agent. I got to go and check out another property, and then we got to start preparing for the show tonight. Y'all, try not to spam the chat, please. I've been given a lot of grace, but a lot of y'all been doing a lot of copying and pasting, and it's messing up the chat. So give your opinion, give your perspective once, and then, let's move on to other parts of the conversation. But when y'all copy and paste stuff over and over again, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna look at it. Thank you, Johnny Mac. I'm gonna check it out. TS Car Wash and Detail Services. Joe told Shannon he would never sell that interview. It's a must watch, AD. Sell what interview? The Joe interview? Daniel says she capped AD meant to call ladies love the Daniels. Lex says texted you. Yeah, I seen that, Lex. I was just looking at it that you sent it to me. Text you the video, AD. Also, don't forget about Corey. Yeah, you told your car to remind you about it. Yep, we gonna take care of it this weekend. So I got my people looking out for him. We're gonna take care of it this weekend. Eric TV says, "Sup, AD? Hey, Lex." TS Car Wash and Detail Services. AD, what are some of the qualities you look for in a co-host? I don't look for anything. I just got to find it. When I see it, I create space for a person because I think that they're unique. I don't look for anything. I've never looked for anything. Everything has just came to me. Yas Kia says, do you have any homes for rent in Macomb County, Michigan, Clinton Township, East Point, Roseville, Sterling Heights? No, we move a little bit more west. We move a little bit more west, more northwest. So almost everything that I have is in Oakland County, not Macomb. You mentioned a few months back that Young Gladiator said you mentioned a few months back that now's a safe time to leave your company if it's stable. Do you think differently now? I think people need to hold on to what they got unless they get into something that they truly believe in and that they think that they're going to thrive in. Don't leave just for the sake of leaving. I need 10K. My head hurts. Shout out to Q Diddy. Yeah. All right. Listen, we back at it tonight. with Gemini to Gemini. Lex, please. Q Diddy. Molly. Carrie. Is Miss Sanchez coming tonight? Miss Sanchez. Oh, shit. It's a game today, ain't it? Is it a game today? Is it a Pistons game today? I might go to that. I might. Pistons schedule. Yeah, the Knicks is tonight. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be at that. I'm going to be at the Knicks game tonight. What time is that game? 7:30. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, let me get my, I got to go check this out, and I got to go take care of business before I get to it. All right, y'all, listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the greatest audience on earth. And we back at it tomorrow. But before we get to it tomorrow, we got after hours tonight, and it's going to be lit. Shout out to y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.